on at 7:30, but for some reason, the live stream said that I didn't have a high enough stream rate for it to post. So here I am again. I hope that this time everything works. I'm back, y'all. I took a little 7-day break. I'm probably gonna do another 2-week break, but I'll be on Facebook. I'm gonna be doing a spiritual cleansing starting on the full moon in Aquarius. My moon sign is Aquarius, so it's gonna be a very important day for me. So I'm going to start a spiritual cleansing that day. It's gonna last for 2 weeks. What that entails for me is no cursing, no yelling, no rage, no sexual activity, no makeup, no jewelry. Well, I don't wear makeup anyway, but the jewelry part, oh my God. Anyway, no jewelry, your pure, natural self, and I wear all white from head to toe for those days, okay? Every day I get up, I take a cleansing bath, I do my prayers, I light my candles, and set my intentions. So I'm going to do that for 14 days, and I might have people come along on a journey. Maybe I'll share it in my group. Anyway, I hope everybody found me. You know, I'm sorry, I got watermelon sitting here. I want to eat some, but I'm trying to wait. All right. So before I get into all the readings, I have just give y'all a warning that one of my twins is upset right now, Tokwase. So you might hear her crying in the background. Please bear with me. All right. Hi, Stacy. So what was going on for them 7 days? Actually, for 2 weeks, I had been not feeling well, and that's something I don't like to put out there. You know, I don't usually like to put out there, hey guys, I'm sick. Sometimes, you know, people will pray for you, and then sometimes people are praying that you stay sick. And since I don't know who's doing what, I pretty much was just like, oh, I just need a break, I'm burnt out. But literally, I was sick. I was coughing, runny nose, stuffy nose. My whole house got it. We're all getting over it now. No, it was not COVID. Now, whenever anybody has a cough, everybody's like, COVID test, get a COVID test. It was like a flu. And also, I was burnt out. I don't usually get sick, so I think I was able to catch it so easily because I was already worn out from planning an event. The August 8th Masters of Intuit Summit. That took a lot of my energy, and then at the same time I was still trying to work, like do my readings, teach workshops and things like that. So pretty much with no rest in between, because then I have to tend to my children, I was completely out of energy, running on fumes. So August 8th was like the last of my energy that I had available, and I just put it all out there. And after that, it was like I had to hibernate. I didn't have no choice. Now, I'll put y'all on to something too. When you are intuitive, or when you open up your third eye, you have to be extra careful. A lot of people don't believe in it. People throwing negative energy at you. They might call it black magic, things like that. But what I'm talking about is subconscious. Sometimes, and I'm sending this out to all my people who are on the internet. We use the social media to advertise, to promote, to work. People are watching. And sometimes, you know, they're watching and they're like, wow, you're doing great. I'm so happy for this person. And then other times they're watching and they're like, he or she is doing great. I'm not doing that great. You know, and they're not intending to send you negative energy, but because they're feeling some sort of way, they don't realize it subconsciously. They are sending a negative vibe out. Now, if you are conscious, you don't got to worry about it. But during that time period, I was completely unaware. I was not wearing any of my protective crystals. I was not protecting my third eye. And so it felt almost as if I was getting a negative energy attack. I was getting headaches. I stayed sicker longer than everybody else in my house. They healed and I was still sick. So I started to feel like, okay, some of this is coming from other places. Not to mention being an empath. When I work with people, with clients, sometimes I take on their energy. I do that with friends. You know, if a friend is going through something and they share with me, sometimes I take on that energy. And we as healers, as nurturers, as parents, you have to learn how to shake it off. Know what's yours and know what ain't yours and let it go. So I was releasing a lot. Purging. For me, when I purge, it's tears. So I could be meditating and maybe I made a real strong connect to source or God, as you might call it. And the connection is so overwhelming for me that I might just feel like, oh, and just start crying. Like, I don't know why. I guess because I just feel so good. But, you know, at the same time, I have to remember I'm a human being and I have to come back down to earth at some point and deal with earthly matters. So this is me coming back down to deal with earthly matters. Now, when I was going through my hibernation, as I call it, I was getting a lot of messages and downloads, and one of them was that source feels I need to be giving more messages. Yeah, I am. I'm sniffing. I still have the sniffles a little bit, you know, and that's what I was going through during the summit. I was like coughing and sniffling, so I'm still like getting over it a little bit, but way better than before. Before, I had to tell people in my house, don't make me laugh, because if I laugh, I went into an uncontrollable fit of coughing. So I'm doing better now. My energy is going up. Like, I can feel myself getting recharged, whereas for a while I was feeling completely drained. And that's also from doing distant healing. I do a lot of distant healing. Some of y'all don't know it, but if I see somebody I know going through something, and maybe I'm like, I'll check in, how you doing? And they're like, I'm good. And I know they're not good. Then I might sit, and when I do my meditation, I send some love, you know, some healing energy. Hey, Kim. Yeah, so, you know, and sometimes when I'm sending out that energy, you know, because the other person doesn't know I'm sending it, I'm not getting anything back. So it starts to just be me sending out energy, sending out energy, sending out energy. And then at the end of the day, I have no energy left for me and mine. So I have to learn how to balance that. But Source told me one of the ways to keep my energy light is when I get information to give it. And I didn't always do that. I thought people would think I was crazy, for one. I said, how I look. You know, I grew up in an era where people that said they spoke to God or anything, they were locked up in Cream or Bellevue or some medical mental institution. So, you know, I grew up knowing that if you had gifts, you keep that to yourself. You don't want nobody saying you crazy. You don't end up in no mental institution. But now, Spirit has told me I have no reason to fear, and that I can just be straight with my gifts. So one of the updates I want to give you is that I'm going to start doing more mediumship. I'm going to start doing more letting you sit. You can volunteer in the comments, and I will talk to your ancestors or whoever you want to reach to on the other side, and I'll give you messages from them. Excuse me. Also, I have come up with a new technique to use the doom doom drums to... Lord, I probably need to blow my nose. Oh, God, I'm a mess. Lord knows. I should have put some Vicks on. That's been my helper too, the Vicks. But anyway, I've discovered a way, or I came up with a way to use doom doom drumming, doom doom dance, to align and open up the chakras. And that's going to be one of the workshops I'm going to start up. I have my 5-day, actually with 4 bonus days, free workshop coming up. I think it's the second week of September. Don't take my word for it. I will advertise when the free workshops start. That one is, it's either I'm going to start showing that technique, or I'm going to do something different that has to do with the oracles. Learning how to read your own cards and things like that, and just get messages from Spirit. Hey, Sabrina. Yeah. So, I got a lot of new things coming. Surprises today. I've been returning to some of my roots. Spirit also sent me a message. I needed to look back at things I did in my youth that maybe it seemed like it wasn't working, so I just put on the back burner. Spirit is saying, now, do these things. So, I've always been a writer, and I'm going to read one of my poems to y'all today. I don't usually share my poems, I used to rap a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. Probably about 2 to 3 years ago is when I really stopped. But I used to rap and write songs, and now Spirit is telling me I need to use my material maybe in an uplifting way. Take music to a different level, or something like that. But anyway, this is a poem I wrote. It's called Some Inspiration. So you get an idea of my style. Please excuse me if there's any language and you can't take certain language. Hey, Marcy. So I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and I will share one of my poems. All right. So this one is called Some Inspiration. And after I give y'all some inspiration, then I will get to your messages. Okay, so here we go. I've been so emotional, baby. It's just one of those days. This Lady Rain can't take the pain. Say my name, say my name. That'll make me feel better, maybe. Or be in vain, because life's a strain. At times from throwing fits, I can't refrain. It's all a game, and I'm reading the rules as I play. Goal to maintain, give and gain. Keep your mentality sane. Tears stain my cheeks and I can't stop the water flowing. Tell myself, gotta keep glowing, knowing, even when things are slowing, only I can stop me from where I'm going. Only I can stop me from where I'm going. Yet there's times of anger due to lack of sleep and privacy, unable to creep. Your every move, millions peep. Not famous, just a normal sister from the street of Bedell. My hell and heaven, my low and high, my limit before the sky, the block I love but refuse to die on, so my spirit I rely on to prevail and fly on. Fly, 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 fly on, fly high. Yes, prophets cry. Yes, masters feel sorrow. Yes, even an empress has wept over tomorrow and yesterday. Yes, it's true, those of the light have been in the dark. And sometimes we'll lose sight. Sometimes beef they want to ignite. Sometimes it's not about wrong or right. Sometimes by any means they'll fight. To escape the reality they try to change with all their might. I gotta get out, at the universe's forces I shout. It's me, Gold, Amina. I'm not about this suffering, but your ways I don't doubt. Accept my wailing as a healing to earth's angels failing to hold down smooth sailing, cause demons are tailing. From your inner cells I'm bailing you out, setting you free, offering refugee to all those ailing like me. Sick of and from all the garbage we hear and see. Bullshit purged, it's now clear who the gods and goddesses be. That's my poem. Well, that's one. I was going to rap, but I kind of punked out. So maybe I'll do that next time. But that's my poem, Some Inspiration. I hope it gave you some inspiration. It was really a poem that I wrote trying to bring some humanism to those who are looked up at as mentors and healers and things like that. Just to show that we too go through crap, that we're not perfect, okay? And that's some inspiration to keep going. So, exposed myself really quick with that. Let me get y'all some messages, okay? So first off, let's get some vibration for this weekend coming. For Saturday, Sunday. I like to separate Saturday, Sunday from the rest of the week since most people are working all week. So you want to have a different energy when you're going into the weekend. Let's see what we should focus on. Today, I'm going to be holding up the cards. I figured I haven't been seen in a while, so I said, let me show my face. I'm not going to just show my hands today. And I think I'm going to start not doing the hand thing. I don't really like that disconnect from seeing comments and what people are saying. So anyway, here we go. Okay, Spirit, what is going to be our vibe for this weekend? Completion. Your keywords are self-sufficiency, forgiveness, satisfaction, and approval. So, keep those keywords in mind over this weekend. Becoming more self-sufficient, not dependent on people, not codependent, not relying on somebody to be your all, but being your all. Forgiveness, being able to let things go that you've been holding all this time. This weekend, you need to complete things, like things that have just been hanging in the air. Spirit is like, it's time to put them to bed. Satisfaction. Do things that are satisfying to you this weekend. Don't do nothing you don't want to do. Don't do no work that you didn't do over the week. Do stuff that satisfies you. And approval. Look for your own approval. Don't look for nobody else's. This weekend it's about you. The forgiveness that you'll be offering is for your healing, not for no one else's. And you're not doing for the act of forgiveness to let someone slide. You're doing the act of forgiveness because, and I'm dwelling on this because this is something a lesson that I've had to learn, and a lot of people I know in my collective, struggle with forgiveness. I'll tell you this. Forgiveness for me is being able to see my part in the issue. That's the only way I can forgive. If I feel like I didn't play a part, then it's harder for me to forgive. Now, if you really look at a situation, 9 times out of 10, you played a part in it somehow, some way. Even if it was in reaction to what someone did to you. And that was usually my thing. I felt wrong, so I do something to you. And then I feel better. But you feel better temporarily, and then you still feel bad later on. So, forgiveness is really also forgiving yourself. Sometimes I beat myself up because I felt like I was stupid for falling for something, or I was dumb for listening to somebody, or I was a naive fool because I believed in someone or something. And forgive yourself. You're learning. It's a learning process. We make mistakes. And if you're a good person, you're always going to have your heart open to people first. You're not going to come with a wall up. So forgive yourself for the times that you feel you made a mistake. You're human. And then forgive others for their mistakes because they're human too. Even if they intentionally meant to hurt you, think about how much pain they had to be in to want to turn around and put that on somebody else. You have to be in some serious pain to want to see somebody else in pain too. So that I just wanted to put out there because I was even thinking about doing a little course. I did one about 2 years ago on forgiveness, and I feel like it's creeping up again. But this weekend, Spirit is saying you're going to have to find that within yourself. So I don't know what you guys are going to be going through or who y'all got issues with, but whatever's going to happen is it's going to come to light this weekend. And you're going to be given the choice as to whether you're going to forgive or you're going to hold on to that. All right? Your power thought. I am proud of myself. I have strength and courage. Repeat. I am proud of myself. I have strength and courage. So this weekend, celebrate everything you accomplished this week. Be proud. A lot of people didn't make it through the week. And if they did, they didn't make it through with their mind intact. So give yourself a pat on the back. Action. Close your eyes. Imagine cutting the cord of a past unsupportive relationship. That's deep. I've done a lot of cord cutting these past 2 weeks. So seriously do it. If there's anybody that you feel is in, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Could be romantic, could be friendship, could be family, and you feel like they are no longer supporting your spiritual growth or your personal growth, and in fact are dragging you down or trying to pull you down to lower energy levels, close your eyes, see that person, and see yourselves as if you're attached, maybe even by the navel, like a baby, to a cord. And just see your angels or your ancestors, or see yourself with a machete just chopping that joint up. Pop, 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 pop. Sending that person on their way, okay? With love. Please. Send them off with love. I only have good wishes for you. I don't want to see anything bad happen to you, but I can no longer have you in my energy. And that's it. And it's painful when it's somebody that you don't want to let go of, but it has to be done. You have to think about yourself. This weekend, self-sufficiency, satisfaction, approval, all of that is about you. Completing cycles, okay? Completing cycles that you've been going around and around and around in this weekend. Muertos, dead, kill those relationships. Newsflash, a high tide raises all ships. Focus on the positive. So this weekend they're saying like there's a high tide, meaning some good energy coming in. So if you stay in a positive mindset, you'll get some of them blessings. All right? And there you have the energy for this weekend. I got a lot of cards over here, y'all. So y'all I'm sorry. When I take a hibernation period, it's almost like the ancestors and spirit, they wait online. Like, okay. All right. And then when I come out my hibernation, they're like, okay, so this is what we want to tell you. Make sure you tell everybody. And I get all these messages. So how it goes is I'll get up and I'll say, okay, message. How should I do the message? And whatever decks jump out at me, that's what I take. Man, 1, 2, 3, about 4 decks jumped out. So get ready. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a general reading for the collective using the tarot. This is going to give you the energy, because this Sunday is a full moon, so you know, especially females, that we are affected by the changes of the moon. So I would like to just give everybody a little idea of either, I'm trying to decide what I want to ask spirit. What is going to be the energy that the full moon's going to bring in, or what can we expect from the energy this full moon's going to bring in? So one or the other. Now what I want to do is give you guys a pick a card moment, which is always fun. Also, a heads up, I am selling finally my fortune boards. If you don't know what they are, go to my website and go to the store, to the shop. And intention boards. An intention board is if you have your mind set on something you want and you want extra energy to help pull it in. I create a crystal grid-like board with powerful symbols on it and words and other things that will attract in that energy. Also, I think I just started selling my Oracle deck. I'm taking orders for it. This deck that I made, The Ancestors Speak, is now going to be a published deck. So it has its own deck, and it will have a book to explain, even to give you more insight on how you can connect to your ancestors without the cards. Okay? So I'm doing a 3 deck. Wait, 1, 2, 3. You have a choice from, let's see, I'll do a 5 deck draw. So you got 5 decks to choose from. I'll show you each one. You can put in the comments either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to claim your reading. This is a general reading, so keep in mind everything may not resonate with you. Take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate at all, then pick a different pile. If you hear something in the other pile of decks that resonates, then that's for you. Keep in mind this is general, so this reading is for my collective. My people that are going to be drawn in who need to get these messages today. Okay? So therefore, you may hear something that applies to you in almost all of the decks. So, your first choice of a deck, you can choose deck number 1, Your Ancestors Speak. Hold on, I don't even have all the decks out. You can choose deck number 2, which has no drawings on it, but this is deck number 2. This is Ancient African Ancestor Wisdom, another one of my homemade decks. And that's number 2. All right. Deck number 3. Spirit of the Animals Oracle. That's number 3. If you think your message lies in the Spirit of the Animal Oracle, choose number 3. Okay. Let me keep these in order because I'll dumb out and forget which is which. All right. Deck number 4. Does it look like less? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here we go. Deck number 4. Well, this is one of the pictures. This is another one of my homemade decks. This is, oh my God. Tiffany gave me a great name for this deck, and I can't remember it again. Ancestral Rhythms Oracle? I think that's what it was. All right, and I use African rhythms and instruments to give you your message, all right, from your ancestors. That's deck 4. If you feel your message is in number 4, then you write number 4. And the last deck is the first homemade deck I ever made, which is Messages from Your Higher Self. So you could get messages from your ancestors in this deck, messages from spirit guides, whatever wants to come through. Your higher self, your animal spirit guides. This is deck 5. So take a deep breath. Whatever number comes to you first, you can write it in the comments or you can hold it in your mind. I'll give you a minute to select your deck and eat me a piece of watermelon while y'all do that. Okay. By the way, if you want your own homemade channel deck, which is way more better than the ordered decks in my opinion, because you get my original artwork and you get a reading and I bless your deck and all sorts of other stuff, and it's made just for you. This is the latest one I'm working on. Gateway to Unseen Realms, how to use the power of portals to navigate your journey forward in life. And these are some of the drawings. Tree portals, sit in nature and listen, blah, blah, blah. So if you want your own deck, go to the website, order one. All right, you should have chosen your deck by now. So if you chose deck number 1, this is your reading. I'm going to give you 3 cards from each deck. They're telling me 3. All right, Spirit, Ancestors. What messages do we have for those who chose this deck for their reading? All right, here we go. Your first message is use your inner knowing. Okay? Your ancestors say the answers you want are within. So my power those who chose deck number 1, whatever questions you're having that drove you to be here for this reading, your ancestors are coming through to say you have the answers, you know. While you're here is you're just looking for confirmation. You want something that's going to say, yeah, you're on the right track, or you're right, or you're doing the right things. And they're saying, use your inner knowing. Don't rely on them or any outside source to tell you right or wrong. Second, lucky power number 1's the end of one phase of life and a new beginning. So you are about to go into a new phase. Your ancestors are sending you love and light as you level up into a new phase of life. So you are coming to the end of a cycle, power number 1's. Well, deck number 1. You're coming to the end of a cycle. What a cycle is when you feel like you've been on a treadmill that goes around and around and around and you can't get off it, and you're making choices that you think are going to get you off it, but those choices are actually the same ones you've been making that keep you on the treadmill, and you end up going around and around, and then you get a chance to get off again, and then you think you're making a different choice, but it's really the same one, and you end up back on it. They're saying that was a phase in your life, something you needed to learn that kept you going around and around until you got it. Now they're saying you got it, okay? So this phase is about to end. You're moving into a new phase of life that you have to start using your inner knowing to navigate through, okay? Your last message, pal number 1's. I'm slipping, I'm falling, I got to get up, get back on my feet so I could tear shit up. Your ancestors say you have the power to overcome and release negative energy. So maybe you've been feeling like, sometimes you're feeling as if you don't have a grip on things. You feel like maybe that phase or that cycle you was in had you feeling like you were hitting rock bottom. And your ancestors saying, get back on your feet so you can tear shit up, because you are strong and you have the power to get through anything. So power number 1, what I'm getting for you is that you're very, very strong. You're very intuitive, but sometimes you step out of your power. Sometimes you question your gifts. Sometimes you question your intuition. And you question your path. And they're saying you have to trust. Trust in yourself, that you are being guided as well. And on the bottom of the deck, which is usually energy that is shadowed, that we don't really see, or that's under the surface, excuse me, your ancestors want you to reach out to them when you need support. This is bottom of the deck. So this is what they've been trying to get you to do all this time. Talk to them. Talk to your ancestors, okay? They're listening. So whenever you feel as if your inner knowing, you can't trust your inner knowing, you feel as if you can't trust this, they're saying, then turn to us. Okay? And they will guide you. All right. That's what I got for deck 1. I'm trying to keep them short and sweet. If you chose deck 2, which is Ancient African Ancestor Oracle, then here goes your reading. And like I said, we're all in this collective together. You'll probably hear something that pertains to you in almost each of these decks. That's why I didn't even choose one. I just figured all of the messages, I'll just take them as I can use them for me as well. Whoa, okay, cards jumped out for this group. And it's more than 3, so you got 4. First one, examine what is said, not who is speaking. So maybe you have an issue with somebody, or when you talk to people, you spend a lot of time thinking about who the person is that's saying what they're saying to you. And that can sometimes cause you to have a certain reaction to them. But it means you're not really listening to what they're saying because you're too busy looking at them going, this person got the nerve to be telling me this, and who is he or she to tell me this or say this to me? And they're saying, you need to stop that. Stop looking at people for what you think you know of them, and start to really listen to what they're saying to you and really examine it, because within what they're saying, they're kind of exposing things about themselves that maybe could give you a little bit more compassion for them. Okay? Second, wisdom is wealth. Okay? So my deck number 2s, you're being asked to turn your knowledge into wisdom. It's good to know a whole lot of things, but if you're not applying them, Spirit is saying, what's the point? I don't know if you ever seen The Last Dragon, and I like to quote The Last Dragon, so if you're in my collective, go see it. There's a scene in it where the black guy who goes by Bruce Leroy, they call him Bruce Leroy in the neighborhood, but his name is Leroy. He is like having beef with the other shogun in the hood. And what happens is the shogun shows up at his father's family restaurant, breaks it all up down, busts it up, throws his little brother in the garbage, all this stuff. So when he shows up late, he sees all of them running away and he's running to go. But by the time he gets there, they're taking his brother out the garbage, the glass on the door's broken and all that. And before he can even speak, his brother's like, tells him what happened, and then the last thing he says is, what good is all that kung fu if you can't even use it, coward? And he's like, now you go somewhere and meditate on that. Now to me, that was a message that you can know a whole lot of stuff, but what good is it if you ain't using it? You sitting somewhere like, but you're not out there doing nothing. So that was a wake-up call for him, like, let me get in the dojo, get myself together so I can whoop this guy's ass. But I use that to say to all of you who have gifts, who have knowledge, what good is all that knowledge if you ain't using it? If you're not teaching, if you're not applying it as wisdom in your life. You learned all this stuff, now you're using it in your life. And they're saying the more knowledge you have isn't wealth, but it's the wisdom. What have you learned from your experiences? That's what makes you wise. And how are you using this knowledge in your life to move forward? Next message, deck number 2. Wisdom. Dad, y'all have a lot with wisdom. Wisdom does not come overnight. So they want you to know you're doing all this studying, you're trying to learn all this stuff, and you're expecting overnight to be some guru, and it's not going to happen. It takes time. Wisdom comes from experience. Now, you could study under people who can shorten the amount of time that you got to go through a process. For example, myself, it felt like I was on like pretty much an 8-year shadow of the darkest night of my life for 8 years before I was able to pull myself out of it. Now when I do my courses, I can show someone how to get through it in 8 months, you know. So yeah, you can get through it quicker, but they want you to keep in mind, still, you're not going to have that wisdom overnight because you haven't had 8 years of that same experience. So what they're saying is, don't beat yourself up when you feel like, I did all this studying, I learned all this stuff, but I still don't feel like I'm at this level, or at the level of people I'm trying to strive to be, you know, on the level with. So they're just letting you know, chill out, okay, in time. And you have another thing about wisdom. So my deck number 2s really work on applying your experiences and your knowledge, okay? A fool has to say something. A wise person has something to say. So sometimes, my deck number 2s, you have to learn when to shut up. Okay? A foolish person is going to just say something. I'm just going to say something because it came in my head, so I'm going to say it. But if you have wisdom, you don't speak until you have really thought it out and you have something that has to be said. Okay? So use your wisdom when you're speaking to people. Because in the beginning, you have examined what is said, not who is speaking. And then a fool has something to say, a wise person has something. No, a fool has to say something, a wise person has something to say. So keep those messages in mind when you're in conversations, to really listen, 1, and 2, don't speak unless you have something positive or something, some wisdom to share to the conversation. All right? And that's pretty much what I'm getting for you, my deck number 2s. Don't be so, I just got another one that said, don't be so, what's the word? Impulsive. In your reactions. Where's my water? They're saying, don't be so impulsive in your reactions. When people say something to you, don't be so quick to react. You know, stop, take it in, and then react. All right. If you chose deck number 3, that is my Spirit of the Animal Oracle. This is your reading. Let me mix this for you. These cards are huge. Hold on. And I use these different decks because, like I said, I figure there's messages in each of these for everybody who jumps on here. So why not get a different message through different oracles? And I want you guys also to know, I'm a vessel. I'm a messenger for the ancestors. I always knew I was for the ancestors. I've always been an ancestral dancer. But lately I've been getting told by Source that I'm a messenger for everybody that wants to come through. And I have to stay open to that. However, you know, I deal first closest with ancestor energy. And so do my collective. So you have to start to connect to them. And I'm sorry, that's a message that just came through for everybody. Start connecting to your ancestors, okay? You're gonna need them in the coming days. Needed them in the past year or 2. Okay, here's your message, deck number 3. First one, you have the wolf, the pathfinder. The wolf is one of my totem animals too. Okay. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Okay? So your messages are going to be pretty straightforward because they write them right on the card, the person who created them. However, I'm going to give you any extra messages that come through. And with the wolf, the first thought I got was family. Or soul tribe. So you are going to either start to build a stronger bond with family, or you are going to start to call in your soul tribe, people that that vibe with you, people that get you and that you get. Okay, but you have to let go of the past. That's like the sentence that's sticking out in my head. It's like, release your past and start a new journey. Okay. Now look, deck number 1 got new beginnings as well. That's why I said all of these pretty much are going to reflect or resonate with all of us. Your second animal is the moose. Wisdom. What is it with my collective and wisdom? It means to me that spirit feels like we are not applying our experiences. We're not learning from our experiences. If you keep getting wisdom, needing wisdom, it means you're learning and you're not applying. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Okay? Didn't I just say, told to them ancestors? Listen to the ancient wisdom that they are sending to you. They are speaking to you. All right? Let your head and mind reach to the stars. I mean, daydream. Visualize. That's how you'll manifest what you want. Pile number 2. Deck number 3. I'll see what else I'm getting in a minute. And your last one, Raccoon, the inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity, excuse me. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So Spirit is pretty much saying, once you decide on what you want, then it can manifest. You are kind of not really sure what you want. No using manipulation to get your way. Okay? And yes, you have a lot on your plate. Yes, you have a lot you can do or that you are doing, but Spirit is saying you can. That's why. They put all that on your plate because you can do it. All right? And what I'm also getting for you power number 3s, a big change coming between autumn and winter. All right? Something coming between the fall and the winter. I'm getting November, December vibes. So know what you want before then, because things are going to be transforming during that time for you. You're going to be letting go of stuff, and new things are going to be being born in the background because it's winter. So it's like something is growing slowly underground that by spring you'll see the results. All right? And that was to certain people. Not everybody's going to get that. But yeah, November, December, know what it is you want by then, because it's already going to start to fester, whatever it is you want. And by the spring, you'll see it bloom. So make sure it's what you want. You ever heard the saying, be careful what you wish for? That's coming through as well, strong for that, pal. And on the bottom, I didn't do bottom of the deck energy for my ancient ancestors. I sure didn't. Well, really quick, if you're still around and you chose pile number, where am I at? 1, 2. You chose pile number 2. Your bottom of the deck energy is to try and to fail is not laziness, okay? So back to you, pile number 2s. They just want you to know that if you at least make an attempt, you didn't fail, and you're not lazy. It's just that was not meant for you. Okay. Now back to pile number 3. Okay. So your bottom of the deck energy is one of my other animal totems, which is the dragon. Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shape shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So you're meant to master whatever it is you study or whatever it is that you look into doing. You have a lot of wisdom and a lot of supernatural powers with the dragon here that you probably haven't even tapped into yet, or you're just glazing the surface of. Shape-shifting means that you can change. You can adapt, okay? So that is a great gift, all right? So just rise up. Rise. It's saying it's time for you to rise up and stand in your power and own your gifts that you have. Know what it is that you really want so that you can receive it. Listen for the ancestral messages that they're sending you. And start teaching. And let go of the past so that you can start this new journey fresh, without any baggage. And that's what I'm getting for you, my pile 3s. Pile number, if you chose deck number 4, which was my Ancestral Rhythms deck. Sorry, you can't see it. This is your reading. Okay, Spirit, Ancestors, any messages? Let me get 3 messages for deck number 4. Three messages for deck 4. That is more than 3, Spirit. That's way more. Okay. I was not going to do... I'll take them. Let me go with Spirit. Deck number 4. Your people got a lot to say. Or maybe a lot of y'all picked this pile. First one you got, Soli. A rites of passage, shed the old self. How come everybody in my collective let go of the past, release things no longer serving us? And the back of the card says pretty much that. Let go of what no longer serves you. Cut off any attachments that hold you back. Soli is a rhythm that is usually done for circumcision, well, traditionally. In the Malinke traditions, or Mende, I don't know which name they like to use. But it's sort of a rites of passage, so into manhood. So I'm using that energy as a rites of passage to shed your old self, and that's pretty much what Soli is coming through. If you don't know the rhythm, it goes da dun da dun dun ding ding da dun da dun dun ding ding da dun da dun dun ding ding. I go by the doon doons. I'm a doon doon head. I'm not gonna sing the djembe. All right. So let go of the past. Let go of attachments. I feel like a broken record. This is the message from my collective, pretty much. We all need to release anything from the past that's holding us back. Your next message, Afrobeat, innovation. The ancestors see you as someone who can keep them relevant by using your creative mind to make rituals of old timeless. Now, Afrobeat is like the popular music now that everybody's listening to from Africa. But it's an innovation of tradition. And what this card is saying, is calling you to do, is be an innovator. Take tradition, even if you're not in the arts. You could be working in a strict field like law or a doctor or whatever. They're saying take traditional ways and innovate them. That the ancestors see you as somebody who can keep old traditions and rituals alive. They're putting that on you. Good luck. Okay? Yeah. They want you to be creative in taking old ways and making them new. This keeps ancestral energy fresh in newer generations, okay? Because when they ask where something came from, it'll lead you back to telling them the history. You have Casadon, the harvest. Your hard work and dedication have paid off, and a huge windfall is on its way. So spirit, they see you must be busting your ass, whatever it is that you're doing, or interested in or involved in, you're doing the work. Spirit sees you, and you're about to have some blessings come in. Money, I feel. First thing I'm seeing is money, contracts, inheritance. Something's coming that you're not going to expect. And it's coming from spirit because they see you. Your ancestors are watching you, and they're like, yo, you know, I know that this person has been doing their thing, and they probably like, does the universe see me? Does God see me? They see you. Okay? And you're about to get that harvest. Dansa. Oh, and Casa's done for harvest, for the farmers. That's why I chose that for the harvest. And we have Dansa, one of my favorite rhythms. If you take my Doon Doon chakra course, Doon Doon Dance Healing Chakra course, you'll learn this rhythm. Because it's a part of the healing process for the heart chakra. The card says there is no competition. The person you love loves you too. First name that comes to mind is the person. So my pile number, my deck number 4 is, apparently you got loved on the mind as well. Even if you're married, even if you're in a relationship or you're single, you're thinking about somebody special. And Spirit is coming through to let you know, let go of your insecurities. This person loves you as much as you love them. Have no worries. You see all the little hearts? Dance is also done at weddings. Look, and one of my kids screamed. So maybe you got a marriage proposal coming, or you're going to make a proposal to somebody. I don't know, but yeah. Love just jumped into your reading. All right. Next card. The inner feminine divine energy. Mane. Mane is a rhythm done. It's a woman's dance. Balanced, still, grounded, and strong. Now, you could be a masculine and get feminine divine energy because we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Not all of us have it balanced. When a masculine energy does not have their feminine energy balanced. They come off very cold, very aggressive, and their emotions are totally blocked off. And that usually will stem from mommy issues. And that's not even to be funny. Usually a masculine energy who is out of touch with his divine feminine energy has issues with his mom. Usually mother wasn't very nurturing, maybe wasn't very motherly, maybe wasn't present. But that's where that'll stem from, where they will have kind of suppressed that side of themselves, where emotions are not existent. When they are balanced, when masculine and feminine energy is balanced, well, when feminine energy is out of balance, it's too many emotions, too much. You can't get a hold on them. You're just an emotional bucket. I became that for a little while. Just a bucket of emotions. You just dumping them on anybody, who comes into your path. All right. So what this card is saying to you, my pal number 4, is stay balanced, be still, meditate some, stay grounded, connect to Mama Earth, and stay strong. Okay? Because the divine feminine, to be feminine is not weak. To be emotional is not weak. In fact, to allow your emotions to come out is one of the bravest things you can do. Most punks hide their emotions. I ain't saying how I feel. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna hide how I feel behind a tough exterior. To me, that's a coward, because that's a mask. But people who can remove the mask and say, this is who I am, this is how I feel, this is what I want, this is what I'm about, takes courage. So my message for you, pal number 4, is don't think your feminine energy is weak. Don't feel like it's weak to have emotions and to have feelings. Somewhere down the line, you might have been taught that's not good to show. And Spirit is saying, if you want balance, you better start to balance your emotions with your logic, okay? And then you have bottom by, which is a Senegalese rhythm. Now, the reason why it's drawn like this, of course I have other symbols on here which mean other things, but she has the baby in a basket on her head because traditionally in bottom by, that's what they did. I don't want to go through the whole story of the dance. If you really want to know, look it up or inbox me and I'll tell you. So you got bottom by, and what this card means, past lifetimes, downloads, ancestry. Study yours more closely. Okay, so whether you believe in past lifetimes or not, ancestors are coming through strong to let you know that you have been here many times, my pal number 4s, many lifetimes, okay? Whether you know it or not. And they're sending you downloads. For those who don't know what a download is when you see something in your mind and you're like, where the hell that came from? We sometimes brush it off like a crazy thought, but a lot of times it's a message. You're being shown something. They also want you to look at your ancestry. It'll also teach you about yourself and give you more balance, okay, and help you feel more grounded. So they really want you to start to study your past lifetimes and your ancestral lineage and history, okay? That's the message for you, pal number 4s. It'll probably help you, though, with whatever you're trying to get over in life, to know this stuff, because it'll help you understand the path you're on and why. I do past lifetime readings. I don't do them generally usually. I do them more personal. And your bottom of the deck energy is like a rites of passage. You will feel you learned a lot. Now is the time to teach what you know. So I got more teachers in here. That rhythm is Ganza. It's another rites of passage rhythm. Okay, so pretty much pal number 4s, it's time for you to start teaching, studying where you came from, getting grounded and balancing your masculine and feminine energy. Specifically your feminine energy is being called on right now. So you need to remove any emotional blocks you have. Stop worrying about anybody competing with you for the one you want. You're fly, you're dope, and the person you want wants you too. You got some money coming in. Ancestors want you to be creative with traditions and keep their traditions going in an innovative and new way. And lastly, let go of what no longer serves you. Okay? Cut off all those attachments so you can move freely on your path. Now for the last pal, and then I will give y'all an overview for the full moon. I was going to dance today, but I don't want to push my energy. I got a lock on and everything. I was going to dance. That's why I got shiny. I said, it's my first day back on live. Let me be cute and let me, maybe I'll dance or something. But reading and talking to the guides and everything can be kind of energy consuming. So I've learned now that it's better for me to do them on separate days. Stop trying to do the reading, the channel visualization, which is also another conversation with spirit, and then dancing with spirit. So it became a lot, and now I have to cut it down. So today's readings, tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'll dance. Either tomorrow or for the full moon on the 22nd. One or the other. Okay? I'll keep y'all posted. Okay, so my pile number 5s. If you chose deck number 5, this is your reading. Let's see how many cards they want to do. They're saying 5 because you're pile number 5. Now, by the way, if you chose 5, you are going through some kind of transformation. 5 is the number for transformation. So you're either changing something about your appearance, something about your behavior, what you're willing to tolerate and not tolerate, but you're going through some kind of transformation, some kind of change, okay? First message. Let me see, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we'll do bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have another love deck. I don't know. Somebody that chose pile 5 is feeling someone. So what they want you to know is the person that you're feeling, or person you're considering, or maybe the person you're with. They're saying this is a special one. I deserve the best. Okay, they want you to repeat this. I deserve the best, and the best is coming to me now. Trusting is not easy, but I'm healing. My higher self tells me to keep this one around for a while. So, whoever you're considering, whoever you're with, it's a special one. And they're saying keep them around. You probably got doubts about this person. And that's why they're saying, like, no doubts. This one is a special one. Keep them around. Okay? Your bottom of the deck is screaming at me. It's ancestor message. So, take care of eating, good health, and all of that. It's traced in red. That means it's from the ancestors. And they stepping in to say, you got to eat better. Not eating good. This could apply to me. I'm taking all the decks apply to me as far as I'm concerned. Next one. You have a golden ticket. Golden ticket means it's coming from your spirit guides or your higher self. And this message is saying, slow down, Master Soul Worker. It's okay to take a break. So this is saying you're ODing. You're not taking enough time to replenish your energy. You're just going. Or if you're a light worker or a soul worker, you're just healing and guiding. Or if you are just working, maybe in your job, you're putting in too much. And Spirit is saying, slow down. It's okay to take a break. Nothing's going to stop. The world will keep moving, yes, but you will not be forgotten. You can come back and return refreshed to the world. Just know when to stop and replenish pile number 5. And that's why I guess they're saying eat good. You must be doing so much you're not even eating. You're not getting your full meals, or you're not eating properly. You're doing a lot of fast foods. Your ancestors support you always. Another affirmation for you. At this time, I know and feel I'm being guided. Whatever I want to do, whatever my dreams, my guides have my back. Okay? They want you to affirm that. Maybe sometimes you feel like you don't have any support, but ancestors are coming through to say, we always got you. Okay? Always is stressed. All right? So you have strong ancestral support. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want, talk to your ancestors. They're listening. Check yourself and get back in alignment. So something threw us off my deck number 5. Something threw you out of alignment. Something happened maybe in the last few days or the last few moments. But they're saying to affirm, step by step, I'm doing or starting activities that keep me connected to Source energy. So you might feel a disconnect from God. Maybe you had one of those moments where it's like, why me? Or how come God doesn't ever, bless me? Or how come they do that for this person and I'm not getting that? And they're saying you kind of threw yourself out of your connection to source. And what you need to do is start to do activities or rituals that will connect you. Meditation is a prime one, but in my world, dance. If you want to connect to God and source energy, put on your favorite song that uplifts your spirit or maybe has lyrics in it that will uplift you, and just dance. Close your eyes, dance. You will feel so free. That freeness is your connection to God. Okay? And they want you, it's time for you to connect. Stop doing so much, stop working so hard, and go within and connect to your ancestors and to source. And eat better, take care of yourself, and stop worrying about this person, because this person is the one, this is a special one. Okay, whoever it is, another message from your higher self. And this is actually one of my cards I threw in there. It's special if you get this. If you got this card, then welcome home. You're a part of my soul tribe. So if you chose pile number 5, you should be in my STEAM group. You should be working in my workshops. Yeah, pretty much, because you're a part of my soul tribe. That pretty much means that you're a part of my collective of people who are supposed to be within my vibration. Now I'm going to give you another card, since that was one of my little side cards. We're getting earth sign energy, Zuri, they told me 3, and the throat chakra. So last for my pile number 5s, I don't know if you're an earth sign or the person you're interested in is an earth sign, but you have a lot of earth energy around you. So connect to nature. Go outside. Zuri, that's one of my twin daughters' names. It means beautiful. So it's traced in gold. Your higher self wants you to know that you are so beautiful or handsome, and maybe you don't know it, but you are, and other people see it. Okay? Throat chakra. You need to open up that throat chakra. You're not saying everything you feel, and when you do speak, it's not coming from a good place, not coming from your heart. Okay? So they want you to open up, just to do a recap, open up that throat chakra, start speaking your truth from a place of love. Know that you are beautiful, honey. Know that you're beautiful. And Zuri's is the sweet one. She's a little mischievous on the low, but she's very sweet and loving. Earth sign energy. Connect to that Mama Earth, or look up into the earth signs and see if maybe the person you're interested in is an earth sign. Welcome home. So pretty much Spirit is saying you need to be working with me. If you're deck 5, you should be working with me. This is a special one, some confirmation for those of you who were curious about somebody you're interested in. Get back in alignment and connect to God. Go within. Talk to your ancestors. They are here with you always. They got your back. But they want to make sure that you take care of yourself. Okay? Take care of yourself. So that's what I got for my collective today. Last but not least, I'm going to give you the energy that's going to be coming in with this full moon. And this is for my entire collective. So if you hear this, it is meant for you. So that means if you hear this, don't go tell other people like this is what's going to happen on Sunday, because they ain't going to apply to them. All right, this is only for those who are drawn either to the live or to the live replay. If you see this at all, then this is some energy that's going to be coming in with this full moon. And 22 is also a master number, okay? So it's going to be a very powerful, powerful day. You're going to get a lot of aha moments, I'll tell you that. You're going to have moments on Sunday where you're going to feel like, now I got it, or now I understand, or now I see. A lot of clarity coming in, and this is just messages I'm getting off jump. Just so y'all know, I only use the cards because they're pretty. They're nice to look at. They make it fun, and it also will help you to see the pictures to get other messages as well. And when I look at the pictures, I get other messages. But I can still read you guys without these cards. It's just easier for people to believe what they see. And that's where the Oracle decks came into play. Just so you can have a little background. Also, I do work in alchemy. I work with herbs and all that stuff. I was dumbing out and forgetting to use my herbs while I was sick these last 2 weeks. I usually eat garlic and knock everything out. So I started doing that again. But yeah, I do work with herbs and things like that. If you have questions and stuff like that, I don't consider myself a witch. I don't really like that term. No offense to those readers and healers out there and alchemists who consider themselves witches. I feel like that's a European term that was used to degrade women who had tapped into their gifts. So I'd rather be known as a high priestess or a magician or a wizard. They were cool. How come they weren't known as wicked? So, yeah, that was just a little background really quick while I shuffle, because who wants to watch you just shuffle? Okay. And now I'm seeing my comments. I was so not able to see them. Okay. All right. So the energy that you can expect coming in with this full moon. Let's see what they want to say. Okay. Well, collective, I'm going to show you each of the cards. So, the energy coming in with this new moon. And I don't think I'm going to read these as reversals. So, the first card you have is the Three of Cups. Now, with this new moon, with this full moon coming in, you're going to start to feel that you have found your people. Okay? Hey, Kim, you're still here. Good. I know I've been on for a minute. But yeah, Three of Cups means you're going to have some kind of celebration where you're going to feel good. Either you're going to hear from an old friend, you're going to get together with some old friends, or now, this could go either way. So please keep an open mind. Because in the reverse, as it came up, it could also mean a disappointment in thinking that a reunion or something's going to happen and there's a delay, or it doesn't come together the way you thought. All right, so for my collective, this full moon is either going to bring you a reunion with old friends or new ones, or it's going to be a disappointment where you're going to find you're releasing people that are no longer, supportive to your growth. Then, second card, Ace of Wands. So you see how her eyes are closed and her third eye is lit? All right, with this full moon, you're going to start to find that you feel more intuitive. You're going to start to feel your inner knowing becoming a little bit more powerful, where you can just go within for your answers. That's the energy this full moon is bringing in. Higher intuition, higher inner knowing, all right? And that's only for people who are going to be open to it. Otherwise, it's going to be just a regular moon to them. But if you are open to that energy, you'll start to feel like you're getting messages, or you already know something's going to happen before it happens, or somebody calls and you're like, I knew they was going to call, okay? But yes, they're saying this full moon will bring heightened activity in the third eye. So if you want to open up more intuitively during the full moon, I would say do some meditative work that you focus sapphire blue, indigo blue, light energy to your third eye area and clear it. The full moon is bringing in some blessings as well. This is the sun. This is happiness. This is abundance, prosperity. This is getting all that you dream. So for some of us, and probably most of my collective, because this was upright, and so was this, you will find the full moon is bringing you not only heightened inner knowing, but also blessings that you had been wishing for and praying for and asking for. The full moon is going to bring them into fruition. So it's important to know what you want. Okay? And then lastly, we have some lover coming through. It's the Page of Cups. This is somebody who's going to come through and offer you their love. Full moon is bringing in your other half. So if you are already with someone, then that person is going to feel like a renewed energy is coming into your relationship, and they're going to start to really, and this could be a male or a female, it's just an energy. whoever carries the masculine energy in your relationship, or in the person that you may be attracted to. All right, maybe you're the masculine energy. If you are, then this full moon is probably going to give you the courage to decide, I'm going to just take a leap and go after what my heart is leading me to. Okay. Now, this also came up in the reverse. So that means some people in my collective have to be careful. Somebody's coming through with some bullshit. Somebody's going to come to you with some, I love you, I miss you, I want to be with you, and it's really a crock of shit. They're either looking for sex, or they're looking for abundance. Maybe they see you as abundant and prosperous, or they're in a shitty situation and they feel like they want to run to something better and you're always there. Okay? Those are the 3 messages I got. So be careful if this person comes through and what they're offering, it sounds like BS. Tap into that inner knowing that the full moon is going to be giving you and listen to your inner knowing. All right? I'm also getting a feeling this is not somebody you don't know. It's not somebody new. There's going to be somebody you know already. So either they're going to come through with some real love for you, or they're going to come with some pie in the sky bull to manipulate you. So it's very important that you do this so that you'll know. Okay, and that's the only way you're going to know. Spirit said there will be no signs except for your inner knowing. That gut is going to tell you like, or it's going to say, okay? Listen to your gut. So that's what I see so far coming in with this full moon is either celebrations with friends or partings. Intuition opening up more, getting blessings that you didn't expect coming in but that you've been wishing for, and then a possible romantic offer that's good or that's flaky. All right, that's all coming in with this full moon. All right, in the bottom of the deck energy is the Page of Pentacles. A lot of pages, that's a lot of messages and movement. All right, so you might get somebody coming through as well. In the background, you're not going to notice, but something with finances is coming. A message. But it's something that's so beneath the surface. When it comes through, you're not going to expect it, okay? So something with money. And I'm seeing somebody either offering you money for something that you do, that they're offering way more than you expect, or you know, you're getting offered a contract to do something else. But yeah, they're showing with this full moon coming in, you are getting this offer, you don't expect it, and you're actually like, once it comes in, it's what you wanted, but now you're scared a little bit and you're thinking about it. Okay, middle of the deck energy, 10 of Cups, that is happy family, happy life. So whatever your decision you make during this full moon, that's going to be your end result. So pretty much, my collective, don't worry. Spirit is saying there's no right, there's no wrong. Whatever choice you make is the right one for you. And at the end of it all, this full moon is bringing this in for everyone in my collective. Happy family, happy life, you know, just pure bliss. All right, so that's nice to know. You don't have to be afraid. This full moon's not bringing much chaos. Usually full moons, it's like, come out of your shell and people get wild and the energy gets wild. This full moon, it's in Aquarius. Aquarius is very intuitive, very into the metaphysical and spiritual sciences. And so it's going to be a little bit more calmer. But it's going to rely a lot on your inner knowing, okay, and your intuition and following your gut. And so I will be praying for all of you that you make the right decisions, that you follow your heart. If you're a part of my tribe, we're led by our heart. As most people should be on the planet, that's actually my mission, is to get everybody to be more heart-centered. And I wasn't always that way. It's a process, okay? I was kind of raised in a masculine energy. So I used to shield my emotions. I was taught, weak. You do not show all of that. And what that did, stifling me, made me a crier. I always spent a lot of time crying because I never could voice or express how I felt. So now, with this full moon coming in, everybody just balance your masculine and feminine energy. Speak from your heart. Lead with your heart. Ground your energy in your heart chakra and send that energy out, okay? Because right now what I'm also getting is whatever you're putting out is coming back. Be very careful of your thoughts and the things you say. Spirit just said that. Careful of your thoughts and the things you say. Because right now, especially for my tribe, we are master manifestors. You might not feel like the things you want happen, but eventually they do if you really think about it. Eventually the people you think about eventually reach out, or you see them, or they call, or whatever. So just be careful what you think about and what you're calling in. All right? All right, just be careful with that. Oh, thank you, Kim. Yeah, I think I was heavy. I did have a heaviness I was going through. I was feeling burnt out. I was sick, getting sick, I guess, because I was burnt out and not taking care of my health. And then on top of that, I was going through matters of the heart. So that has me, when my heart chakra, my heart center's off, I'm all messed up. So I kind of did some cutting cords this week, letting people go. Anybody that I felt like, okay, well, I'm putting a lot into this and they're not reciprocating the same energy back, I just cut off my energy to them. And by cutting off that energy, I guess it left more for me. And so, maybe that's what you see. But thank you so much. I hope you've been doing well. And everybody stay posted. I got a dope workshop coming up, a few of them. This was just for me to just jump back in real quick and say hi to everybody and give y'all some guidance, And I'm feeling good. Spirit is like, all right, I'm not burning. Like I'm usually like dripping with sweat. Like they're like pressuring me. Right now they're like, good, you got out what you had to do. So now I can go make dinner. Mad late at like 9 o'clock, but that's how my family rolls. Anyway, I could sit and do messages from Spirit all day and night. I love talking to the ancestors and getting messages and also helping and sharing with everybody. But I got to go. So if you want a personal reading, click the link. And then just stay posted to the page and join my group. If you're not in my group, I'm about to have my free workshop come up. You don't want to miss it. It's facebook.com/groups/STEAM Holistic Arts. And that is all for tonight. So enjoy your weekend. Peace and blessings, everybody. Sending y'all so much love and light and all that good stuff that you get from being a part of my tribe.